Now boys, what's going on? This is Yorkie here and welcome back to another episode of this FIFA 23 Tottenham Hotspur career mode. We're going to be kicking this one off today with a massive quarter-final cup game against Manchester United, and you fully know that if we do beat Manchester United in the next round, we will get Manchester City because they're the hardest teams left in this competition, and that is a 100% guarantee when it comes to my luck in cup draws. But if we can go as far as humanly possible in this cup, that would be best for us. This is basically the only trophy we can win at this current moment in time. Yes, we did have a good start to the knockout stages of the Champions League by beating RB Leipzig 3-1. But let's be honest, we're going to end up with PSG or Bayern Munich in the next one. The fact that PSG beat Bayern Munich 2-0 is interesting. Inter and Liverpool are drawing right now. Chelsea, Atletico Madrid are drawing. Borussia Dortmund beat AC Milan. Real Madrid are drawing with Benfica. Ajax drawing with Sporting. Ajax made it out of that group of death. Maybe I didn't do as well as I should have done in the Ajax career mode. And Leverkusen are trailing by a goal to Sevilla. Also, everything's still to fight for in the Premier League, apart from maybe the title. It's pretty much done and dusted. Let's be honest. Do we anybody in the room think Aston Villa are catching Man City? Probably not. But we can still get Champions League football. We're not that far off. It's been an absolute slog. It's been a right battle in the league this year. I thought teams like Leeds United and Aston Villa might drop off. West Ham did to a degree, but the other teams just haven't, and they've got a game in hand as well, so it'll be interesting to see how they do in the build-up now to this Man United game. But before we get to the Man United game, I just want to say a massive thank you for the support on the series so far. If you are new around here and you haven't already smashed the subscribe button, I would greatly appreciate it. We are now going to try and push towards 10k by the end of FIFA 23. We're getting closer with the sliders as well. I don't know if to do a slider video or just show them in the Tottenham series. I'm not so sure. I think I might just make a slider video on what I have found works best for me at this current moment in time, but I'm nearly there. I'm nearly happy with a slider set for this current pack. Planning this one as well is after addressing that I can say the name Lamptey correctly, them not reverting to type when we're in matches saying Lamptey. Look, it's just common nature for me because that's what I've called him since I figured out he was a good football player. I just need to get used to it. The more and more I say Lamptey, we'll get there. I promise you. We'll get there. Man United starting a very tired lineup for this one, which is instantly making me think, do we go for this? Do we absolutely try and pummel Varane and Maguire? So it's a little bit rotated. It's a little bit hell for leather in this one. We're going to go with Charleston and Kane up top. Both been on fire this season. Illich will be just in behind. Edwards on the right, Sessegnon on the left, Skip and Bentancur. So like I said, there's a little bit of rotation, but still, we're playing very aggressive here. Romero still starts as well. I'm not starting Son because I think he's the perfect player to play against that RB Leipzig press because of how good he is on the counter, and Kulusevski. So that does leave us hopefully still with Kane. We'll have to take him off pretty early in this match. It shouldn't hurt us too much when it comes to the Leipzig game. Are we destined for a cup semi? And winning it at Old Trafford as well will just make it feel so much nicer for me being a Leeds fan. I'm not going to lie to you. I am very excited. It's a strong lineup. They haven't made really any changes to the squad though. They've had a transfer window. It doesn't really look like they've done much to the team. So it's very much business as usual. And in my opinion, that squad is probably not good enough. But whether ours is better is debatable. So I knew it. See, we're going to get Man City in the net. It's just ridiculous. That's our route to the final every time on FIFA. Ronaldo at 38 will still be a player to watch. We get to kick it off here with Harry Kane. It's the usual. I have Harry Kane false nine. Now, I know someone mentioned don't play Harry Kane as false nine. Let him get in behind. I just feel like we don't utilize his range of passing. That's something that he gets very much underrated for. He's an unbelievable passer. And as you'll see, he still gets forward on false nine. Like, it's not like he continuously drops deep. He still gets forward on false nine. Just not as aggressively. Going to play that in towards Harry Kane. I feel Varane will deal with it. So, yeah, I think false nine suits him more than Richarlison, if I'm being honest. Joe coming forward now. I'm just trying to slow him down at all costs. Thinking about listing Ben Davies and Davinson Sanchez in this. Oh, my God, that was brilliant. I didn't even see that they played the ball through. This is potentially why we're thinking about listing Sanchez. He's not played much. And let's be honest, that was horrendous because he was the man that was... I think he got Megs. He was the man I sent to close down. And let's see this closer here. He doesn't get Megs. He just doesn't get there. He doesn't put his foot in. Like, you need to put your foot in there. We are comeback kings, but after 9 minutes and first shot on target, that is infuriating when we're actually trying to go for this one against Manchester United. Sanchez gives the ball away again here. He's about to be subbed off. very early into this game. If you're not aware about that, I will pull the trigger on him this early in the game. I do not care. I am fuming with him right now. That's fantastic from Edwards. Still good footwork from him as well. He's got the pace. That's good from Oliver Skip. Harry Kane now will hold that up. I just couldn't find any room in the box. Well, I'm still just nervous about every time Davinson Sanchez is on the pitch now. And he's just absolutely taken out Bruno Fernandes, which isn't the worst thing, but where is he? Davinson Sanchez is coming off already. Cristiano Ronaldo makes it 2-0. Remember the last time we played Man United and they battered me? I can't do it. I'm not doing it again. Sanchez already coming off this early. Lenley's left-footed, so we'll swap Dyer and Lenley around. I'm just awful. Nowhere to be seen there. Yep, see you later. Sanchez will be transfer listed. We might still need to use him in patches this season, but he certainly won't be playing these kind of games. This is a massive game for us. Potential cup. And that is how you're going to perform. Well, here come Manchester United. And so far, every attack they've had, they've scored. Can we turn the tide on that? We can with that unbelievable bit of play there from Sessegnon. And Elledge has to get the ball through Harry Maguire. Since when was Harry Maguire a brick wall? He has to get that ball through there. I'm sorry. If he gets it through, we're in a good position. Anthony with a power shot. Lloris will save it. My options here are very slim. That isn't bad. And again, we're going to whip this one across, this time to Richarlison. Oh, what a save from David De Gea. Half time then and 2-0. A couple of bright sparks towards the end of the half, which is decent, but not enough. And we need 3 goals. Sanchez has absolutely screwed me over. I'm going to mess around with the tactic a little bit now because I just weren't happy with what I saw then. Well, let's hope we can have a little bit more success then at the start of this second half. Man United haven't really made any mistakes though as well. Like, we saw Man City when we played against them. They made the odd mistake. Eric Dyer now really struggling with Sancho, but again, that's what we needed from Sanchez. With a skip now. Can ping them. We are working on his passing. And then Richarlison could be over the top here. Richarlison, big moment. David De Gea is playing very well right now for Manchester United. And maybe a huge reason why they're not at least 1 down. Richarlison causing them problems, the Brazilian. Well in Lenley. I would have much rather have started Lenley, to be honest with you, at this rate. Well, the opening few moments of this match is really going to be what's let us down. It's really sad that those 2 very poor mistakes. Oh, we're wide open here, though. Fred, how's he played that? I have a needle. How has he managed to get the ball through there? Absolutely. Brought my man over to block him off. And maybe Man United are my bogey team, not Liverpool, because every time we played them, they've absolutely demolished us. Look at this again. I thought I got the block in. Reece maybe should have saved it, but it's game over. We're out of the FA Cup. We might as well make the changes. Wholesale changes then. FA Cup done and dusted. I know when we're beat, and we're beat this time round once again against Manchester United. I just hope that we can have better luck against them next season. But we're beat by them again, and it's 3 shots. Well, no, 4 shots now in total for Manchester United. And they've scored 3 of them. We've had a couple of good opportunities, and they've just not gone our way. That's a great ball in from Sessegnon. Lucas then cuts inside. That's great from Lucas. David De Gea saves it again. He is causing me a lot of issues. Not sure what I can do with this one for Lucas Moura. I just play it forward. Let's see if I can do that. And I can. Lamptey! Oh... That would have been a massive moment for him to get his first goal. It's just not gone my way. I tell you something, David De Gea. Take a bow, lad. You've had a very good game in this one. That one into Scarlett. Scarlett then, round to Lamptey. Lamptey across to Lucas Moura. David De Gea. What is he made of? What is he made of? I know it's straight at him, but I mean, I just can't get a break against David De Gea here, can I? Ricardo Horta, the summer signing for Manchester United, is on now. And what is stressing me out here is the lack of bodies actually getting back. That is what is stressing me out right now. I'll bring over a second man, and in the end, got enough bodies there. Frustrating. A very, very limp Tottenham Hotspur performance as we crash out of the FA Cup. 3-0. I mean, that opening, 16 minutes from Sanchez really did sink us. And then we just couldn't find a way back in. David De Gea was supreme. Well, I'm glad we threw everything at that game. One less competition maybe to worry about now, but I'm very, very frustrated. How do you just perform in that manner is the real issue. Like, so sloppy from the lads. Here we go then, RB Leipzig. We're going to go back to the norm, obviously, after that last result. I tell you what I'm going to do. Lucas Moura's going to start. He deserves it. He's earned it. Højbjerg is going to play next to Basuma. We're going to go for little bit of a wrecking ball midfield there. I was thoroughly impressed with Eric Dyer in that last game as well. He's going to start as well. Sanchez will be listed after this. I'm actually going to start Lamptey, to be honest with you, because this game should be theoretically done and dusted. You never know, but it should be. Not the greatest of starts we could have had to an episode, but we do welcome back Champions League football here to the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, and hopefully another victory. I will be a little bit more reserved, obviously, because we've got the advantage. We've got the lead. I want more goals, but I will happily take the scoreline as it is and go through to the next round. And it's going to be super interesting to see who we get. I think we're going to have a ridiculously difficult tie. You guys really seem to like the idea of Nkunku as well, so maybe we list him. I think he might just be out of our price range at the minute, because it's not a position that we need to spend 60, 70 million on, and that is what Nkunku would cost. Timo Werner was mentioned as well, which was interesting. I mean, he's only just moved to Leipzig, so that certainly wouldn't be a deal I'd do now. That ball over to Harry Kane is on. Can he just finish off the tie? He can't. I mean, I have improved goalkeepers. Have I improved them a little bit too much for the opposition? Because David De Gea in the last game caused me countless issues. This is an issue now. Timo Werner with the header. Well held, Lloris. Timo Werner now piling forward. And we've given him acres, and you're not going to catch him. And Lloris won't do it. And oh my God, there's 3 players next to him, and not one of them sticks a foot in. Timo Werner puts Leipzig right back into this tie, and it's going to be 3-2 now. I mean, poor defending. I feel like he's done well to get beyond Lloris, but there was just... felt like there was enough players there just to block his shot. That is 4 goals conceded now without Tottenham getting a goal. I might be chanting Yorkie out in the chat. I mean, Harry Kane should have scored that one earlier when he went clean through. But this press from RB, like they pressed in the last game, is going to be an issue. Go on then, Son. He's going to play that really well into Harry Kane. He does, Harry Kane! Oh my God, the goalkeeper saves it again. I cannot score at this moment in time in this episode. I just can't. Oh, Hendricks has done really well here. That's going to leave us a man short at the back. We've been pretty decent in that position. We've been played out. Oh my God, Eric Dyer, I think, did just enough there against Timo Werner. Then Højbjerg. Oh, that's fantastic. That's fantastic, because surely he's on. Lucas Moura then into Harry Kane. Harry Kane! What's been given? Oh, he's given a penalty. It's going to be a yellow card. I suck at penalties, by the way. And Klosterman is going to be given a yellow card. I feel like we signed him in the last Tottenham career mode I did. I don't know why. I just feel like I did sign him. I mean, he does shove him out. I feel like it was a penalty. He shoves him out of the way. Now, instantly put Son on these, but it's not for me. It's got to be Harry Kane, right? He won it as well. He's earned it, so we'll be patient. This isn't going to be the greatest of penalties, and it'll be saved here in the Champions League. We will have a corner. Frustrating. Let me know down below as well what you think of the new penalty system. I haven't got to grips with it yet. Let's be honest. You've just seen there. It's kind of 50-50 on... That's not where I aimed that ball one bit whatsoever, but it's kind of 50-50 on what's going to happen with them. Very tight to us at the moment, but if we can find this kind of space, like Son has there, look at that pace differential, though. Heung-min Son, he's going to have to chip it. He does. It's Harry Kane. And there we go. What a massive moment in this tie. That should theoretically see Tottenham Hotspur through to the next round. Theoretically... I should now be safe and less panicked. I tried to chip him. There just wasn't a lot of room, but luckily we get the lucky bounce. Decent time to grab a goal as well. Not long until half-time. Sometimes you just need to warm up. It's my first game of FIFA today as well, to be fair, but there's no excuses against Manchester United. We've had that problem every time we played them. They just so clinical and cut me inside out. That was great for me, Basuma. He's going to continue the run, and that wasn't so great for me, Basuma. Heung-min Son, though, will find Sessegnon. And the problem is, in this situation, I don't trust crossing anymore. If Sessegnon gets that across, maybe if he doesn't try and flick it across, Heung-min Son is in there, and he looks frustrated there as the half-time whistle is blown. But it is 1-1, and Tottenham looks set to be through to the next round of the knockout stages. I think there's still a lot of work needed to be done, though, with this Tottenham side. I'm not going to lie. Højbjerg. Oh, he's done really well there. Lamptey did really well as well. Lucas Moura now is clever. Harry Kane! Oh! King Kane is back. I can't use him on another thumbnail, just pure and simple. I can't, can I? I use him on the majority of thumbnails if I needed to, because the man just saves us time and time again, and we can't always rely on that. We know that as seasons go on, he's getting older, but he saves us again here. It's 2-1 now, Tottenham in the lead, and you would say we're safely secure and through. And I know he's on a hat-trick, but we've got important games coming up. I think Harry Kane's time is done in this match. It's a double whammy. Son's time is up as well. Edwards on for Son. He's still yet to find a full rhythm, but I expected him to take a little bit of time to settle into English football. Of course, R9 still on the pitch. I know someone mentioned that R9 might be over. I don't think it is. I think when we look at his stats at the end of the season, it's going to have been an unbelievable year for Richarlison. And although the back end maybe hasn't been as good, you've got to remember that Harry Kane's been back in the team. So the minutes that Richarlison's had in this second half of the season has been nowhere near as many as the... Oh, that was poor defending. Luckily for us, Hugo Lloris does a job. Have to be smarter in those situations. Have to be a smarter defender. Edwards there, heading the ball away. Someone said he was too short. Did you not see that header? What's been given here? Free kick. Been gifted one, lads. We've been gifted a free kick in a very good position. And if anything, this might be a bad position because it's going to be very difficult to get it over the wall and not over the bar. I am going to try this. This is finicky, but we're going to go with this. Richarlison maybe for the first free kick goal. Richarlison for the first free kick goal in the Tottenham series. That's 2 for 2. Well, it's not 2 for 2, is it, Yorkie? But that's 2 we scored this year. I'm a free kick master now. It's just easier. Like, I can nail them. Corners don't at me, but free kicks... That's honestly, if you need any tips and advice, Patreon down below. Slip us a tenner. I'll teach you how to just do what we've just done there. Richarlison makes it 3-1, and we are fully through now. And R9 back in the goals, obviously. Obviously. Was it ever in doubt when we went 1-0 down? I don't think so. Well, the problem is for them now is they're just throwing more bodies forward. And I'm just getting acres. Richarlison again now sets himself, and he's going to make it 4-1. RB are very much collapsing. It's the old FIFA thing where you go a couple of goals up, they're falling apart, they're pushing so many bodies at me that there is so much room for me to exploit. Great pass from Højbjerg. And Richarlison finds the back of the net again. Inspired substitution. RB's inspired first half has not held on, has it? They started this game fantastically. They had more chances as well. Like, it's not a simple case of it was done and dusted. They did have more opportunities as well. Lamptey here. He's gonna... Oh, that was reckless. Please get up, Lamptey. Please get up. I've turned the injuries up as well, you know, boys, and we're still not getting them, which is weird. Lucas Moura creates space there for Lamptey, who cuts inside. Oh, that's fantastic from him. It's going to go in towards Edwards. He's clattered to the ground. Maybe could have been another penalty there. 4-1 at the end result here for Tottenham Hotspur. I'm not going to lie. It did get a little bit shaky, didn't it, when they bagged that early goal, especially after the Man United performance. But we found our groove. We found our rhythm. Lucas Moura, again, superb performance from him. The substitutes having a great performance. Richarlison coming on. Harry Kane. It was just a good performance from the team all round, if I'm being 100% honest. We really suppressed them as well, and the way that they pressed us in the second half. Defensively, we were very strong. Most important thing now is who we got to have in the next round. Let's see some of the other results. 2-1, Inter 1 on penalties. PSG go through against Bayern Munich, so that's a guaranteed game that we're going to be playing. Chelsea beat Atletico Madrid. Of course, we beat Leipzig. Borussia Dortmund going through. Benfica valiantly, though, only just being knocked out. Ajax have gone through. Ajax have gone out to Sporting. And Sevilla knock out Leverkusen. Let's be honest, we don't care about the other results. We just care about who. I told you we were going to get PSG, didn't I? I called it. EA does this. I feel like it's not even a 50% chance or anything like that. It's just a guarantee that you're going to get that. I'm actually tempted to play the first PSG game in this episode because we're not going to play the Palace game. And then I was going to try and fly through some of these Premier League games. But I think maybe a cheeky home leg against Paris Saint-Germain makes sense. And then the next episode will be really difficult because we got PSG, we got Chelsea in there, and of course we need to win some of these matches as well. Quick sim then against Crystal Palace. This will be the starting 11. Kane, Kulusevski, Son, Bennett. I mean, it's a very strong starting 11. That's why we rested players. This Crystal Palace side are a little bit behind us. It should, by all rights, be a victory on the quick sim, and it will be. It'll be a 3-1 victory. Harry Kane with a brace. I don't even know what that man's score tally is at the moment, but I'm going to hold on. And I'm excited to see at the end of the year, Perisic as well, bagging a goal for us. Mentioned it earlier, but we're going to do it now. Now, I also want to look, because I use this, you guys might not. Obviously, all the players that are out on loan, there's nothing I can do about that. But I do judge a lot on how a player feels and how their morale is. Now, no one has absolutely horrendous morale, if we're being honest. So that's fair enough. But Davinson Sanchez. It's just not worked out. We're going to improve next year, so I'm going to list him now. And he's not the only player I'm going to list now as well, and it's another defensive player. Yeah, we're going to actually go there and list Ben Davies. This is going to be his last season. He's actually not played that bad. He's played better than Sanchez. But if we look at stats, Sanchez has only had 13 appearances. Davies, he's not been awful. If you look at him in the FA Cup when we've had to play him, he's played relatively well. He's not been great enough in the Premiership. He's not the same standard as like a Romero, and that's quite clear to see. So we are going to let him go as well, even though he's had 20 appearances. Next up, West Ham. And I got to be honest with you, I think this is the kind of game we need to play because they're 2 points behind us. I was going to quick sim this one, but I genuinely am getting the feeling that we should play this one. And then we'll play PSG twice in the next episode, though. Is that as fun? No, we're not. We will quick sim it. The purpose of trying to make this series go at a relatively decent pace. We're also going to quick sim it with my mind on the fact that we are playing PSG. But I mean, still, it's a strong starting 11. Let's be honest. It's still a very strong starting 11. They've got a decent side this year. Big fan of the striker they signed from Sassuolo, Scamacca up top. We used him in Inter Milan last year. Will we get the result that we need? We do. 2-1. Fantastic news. Now, I've been told... Wow, we missed a penalty. 9 minutes for Charlton. I have been told that the sim is better. From other people I've spoken to in the community, that the sim actually is improved this year. You're more likely to get the result you should do for the overall squad that you've got. And since the patch, it does feel that way. Kulusevski wins the game, though, in the 79th minute, Scamacca scoring for West Ham. And that does see us in 6th place now in the Premiership. With 8 games left to play, it's still all to play for. We are just not that far off Aston Villa. How upset would we be if it was Europa League football next season? I just asking for preference, but I'm assuming we'd all be very unhappy after having Champions League this year. I think it's been a bit of a building year for us here. For me as well. It's been a little bit of a building and a learning year. But I'm kind of happy with the squad, and there's some big moves definitely going to happen in the next window. Summer is definitely the time where you start making your big moves. And at this stage, we are kind of just signing some of these youth players just for the sake of their position. Transfer offer for Davies. I mean, that's above his value as well. I'm going to accept it. We'll get the wage off the books. He might go to Inter Milan. He couldn't agree terms with Ajax. They couldn't afford to pay him, but Inter Milan should be a different scenario. Now the big one. In the Champions League quarter-final. Could you imagine that we get to the semi in the Champions League? We're going to play our usual because I think we need to be very tight here. Because of how well Lucas Moura's played, he starts. He starts this game. Basuma will start as well. I'm going to give Lamptey a huge opportunity in this one because Spence is a little bit tired. It's going to be my usual back line. Again, I know you guys don't want me to go and sign Lenley, but at this stage, I think we need at least two centre-backs because we're losing 2. So we need to bring in at least 2. And depending on price, Lenley and then another big name would make sense because Bastoni and Vardiol are probably the front runners of who people want. Both of them are going to be extremely expensive. And we need to strengthen elsewhere in this team as well. We did spend this last window, of course, as you can tell, just trying to prep this team for the future more than anything. I think that was quite obvious what we were trying to do with the team. I could do now, though. We're at a stage where I could do with getting Scarlett back out on loan again because he's just not had the game time. Because he's just simply not good enough for the Premiership. Not yet, but hopefully he will be in seasons to come. This will be the starting 11. Mbappe, Neymar, and Messi. What a surprise. I don't know if this happened in real life, but I don't think it did. Neither of these two transfers I don't think happened, but Tapsoba is in the back line. Unbelievable. Love him. He's a beast. And Carlos Soler as well in the center of the park is very versatile. Would actually be a very good signing for PSG. Absolutely chucking it down here at home, but I do not care. This is the biggest game of this series so far, without a shadow of a doubt. The home leg first. And I kind of need us to have something to take back to France. If we're being 100% honest in this one, we need the result here at home. I'm hoping we can undo them in behind. Again, Lucas Moura getting a start in this one. He's been so good this episode. That man might have earned himself the thumbnail. He might have done. That man might have earned himself the thumbnail. He's been very, very good in this episode. A little bit underrated by me in this series. Not in real life. I rate him in real life. But a little bit underrated in this series. Doesn't really complain about how many games he's getting. He's versatile. Can play either wing or up top. Go on, Heung-min Son. That is the start we wanted from him. Oh, great footwork as well. He's done very well. Hakimi is going to be an issue. I'll pull it back. And we can just reset a little bit now. Sessegnon, that's not the pass we needed out of you there, mate. I expect this to be pretty feisty as well. Not going to lie. Suggestions to me that we do have the chance to beat them because you never know. I know it's not a one-off game. Hakimi is rapid. Oh, I tried to take him out. Oh, I thought I got back there. Carlos Soler, goalkeeper. Messi passed it back to Lloris. Now, this is one of those danger moments. Kylian Mbappe peeling forward. Carlos Soler, Mbappe. Oh, I don't like this. Hakimi, back to Mbappe. Oh, he's done Romero. Messi. Messi's been outdone by Lele. No way, that's a penalty. They can have a corner. I'm not too stressed at this moment in time. I think we started this opening 20 minutes relatively well. Not really giving them too much space, which is exactly what I need to do. Neymar, well in Romero. Lucas Moura now. Trying to be clever again. I mean, they're really just shutting down Harry Kane at the moment. There's nothing for him. And I think I need more bodies forward when we're on the attack. I really do. I think it's going to have to be a toss-up in this one of... Do we want to defend well or do we want to attack well? I think that's going to be the situation. That's a great ball into Kylian Mbappe for 1-0 PSG. We were stuck ball watching too much. I felt like I had everybody marked up, but I didn't. That's what Mbappe can do to you. I still don't think we performed too badly on the defense, but this offense needs to pick itself up a little bit. We just need to offer more. Yves Bissouma. Youngmin's son. He's going to play it now to Harry Kane. He's stopped his run. Marquinhos will deal with it. He stopped his run again. The runs, the timing, it's just not quite clicking at the minute. It's 1-0 PSG. Again, I think we're playing well. I think we defended well. We just need to start finding something going forward. Nothing for us going forward so far in that first half. I don't know if maybe we need to be a little bit more patient. I wouldn't mind playing against Sevilla because we've had no shots. They've had one and it was the goal. It's not been an exciting game of football, but they've got their lead. How deep everyone is here is not on. It's really causing us issues. Sessegnon then. Oh, he just gets tackled. Hakimi. He's a nightmare. He's had Son in his pocket and Sessegnon both at the same time. Harry Kane then trying to find it over to Son. Can Son win that? He can't. Again, it's nothing. We have offered absolutely nothing. I need the ball to go out, to be honest with you here. I need the football to leave the pitch so that I can make major substitutions at this stage. The ball finally did go out. I don't know why it's there, free kick. I'm sorry, Harry Kane. You're just so tired. You're going to come off. Well, he's not going to come off, is he? Because I didn't put Richarlison on the bench because he was so tired. Harry Kane will stay on. Son will come off. Really unimpressed. I mean, focusing a little bit on the Premier League has hurt me here. We're going to bring on Oliver Skip. My options from the bench. And this is something we've talked about. There's a lot of young lads out there at the minute. This is something we've talked about that to compete with these kind of sides, we just don't have the squad at this moment in time. Well, the subs will be made, and if we could tie this up, it'd be massive. Again, it's not ideal. We're showing squad depth here, aren't we? We're showing how the squad depth compared to these super rich teams is. Let's be honest. Neymar Jr. now! Oh, what a save from Lloris. Let's get over there with Tanganga. Just couldn't really get there to Neymar. Now, we're going to see what they can do here. We've done very well. Verratti... To concede another here would be... Oh, it'd be very bad. How did the flag not go up? I thought Fabian was miles off top soda. Oh, my God. Centre-back is going to score for PSG. The name you wouldn't have expected. I went to sleep. I thought the flag was coming up. I'm not going to lie to you. At 2-0 down, Harry Kane's going to come off. We need him fresh. Scarlett's going to come on. I'm not saying we're out of this competition. There's still time left, but... at this stage, with the tired legs we've got, I'd be surprised if we can create anything. PSG at this stage in the career mode are just a complete different beast. Well, here they come. Renato Sanchez now. Get to that. Oh, we don't. This could be dangerous. Well in Lenley. We can't concede another or we are out of the competition. Look at the tired legs I've got on the pitch. Messi, Mbappe. Lloris keeps us in this tie. We're going to have to go to Paris. Oh, my God. They're giving them the corner. Are you absolutely kidding me? If they score from this, I'm going to be fuming. I can't believe they're letting them have this corner. I genuinely can't. And they're still letting them play on. Referee, Sanchez. What a save, Lloris. If he doesn't blow up for full time now, there we go. I'll calm down. 2-0, and I feel like we're just seeing where we're at right now, aren't we? Unfortunately. And where this Tottenham squad is at. There were a few okay performers. But we'll look at the match stats here. We weren't in the game. It was 2-0. PSG won the game 2-0. Their shot accuracy, 100%. Pass accuracy, 91%. There's nothing you could do really against that. We didn't have a single shot. We didn't have a single shot. So, I mean, not going to win a game if you can't have a single shot. And they had 7. So thank you, Hugo Lloris, that we are still in the match for the second leg. But I wouldn't expect anything. Once the boys got tired as well, and I didn't really have anything on the bench to offer, I knew at that stage we're probably out of this. I just wanted to keep it at 1-0 though. Now, Brentford are on 24 points. So really, this should be a win. We're going to quick sim it. There's 2 days and then it's PSG again. We're just seeing at this stage of the season in the Champions League how deep the squad actually needs to be on FIFA. We do win it 2-0 though. Perisic again and Davis with goals. So very much unexpected goal scorers. We're going to get ourselves now to the PSG game, which we will play in the next episode. I kind of want to see what fitness the squad's going to be at. And Ben Davies here, the transfer is done. He does sign a contract. He's going to leave for 14.2 million. Let's see how fit the team is. It's pretty fit. We're going to have a full squad. We're going to have everybody. Really, apart from Marcus Edwards, which is a shame. But we're going to have the entire team. Having that to choose from in this second leg is massive. So I'm nervous. I'm intrigued to see what's going to happen. And then I don't think we're going to go. I'm just going to tell you now, guys. I don't think we're going through in the Champions League. But if we do go through, then that's great. But we have a whole host of Premier League games coming up. And the race to be in Champions League for next season is huge. We're currently still 6th. We're a point behind Chelsea and 4 points behind Aston Villa, who just, I mean, they don't seem to lose games. They don't seem to drop points. We play Chelsea coming up. And of course, it's Aston Villa. We need Aston Villa just to drop some points, please. If you could, just drop some points. But that's going to be it for this one, guys. I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you very much. Again, I did mention I go back to work next week, so I think you'll be seeing this on the Sunday. The plan is Monday to Friday uploads. I think that's the best thing for me to do. I think it's the easiest thing for me to be able to create. I tend to find that uploads on a weekend don't do as well anyway because people are out watching the football. So I think that's what I'm going to try and do. Monday to Friday. Won't always be Tottenham, but majority Tottenham, obviously, while this series is going on. That's it for this one, and I'll see you in the next episode. Let me know if you think in the next one we even stand a chance against PSG.